When we're in periods of growth for our business, usually we have a number of opportunities that come to us, that come at us. And it can, in its moments, be a feeling, at least initially, stressful. Where do we go? What do we do next? And when you've got a clear strategy for growth, it gives you clarity. It gives you clarity around where you're going to apply the efforts and the energies of the people in your team. And with that clarity, you get confidence. When you get confidence, you get certain. And with that certainty, you take the actions that are necessary. So as I go through today, I'm going to show you the architecture in a minute, but some of you will love using social media and you will want to get stuff out onto Twitter. So the HSBC Twitter account we use is at HSBC UK Business, hashtag strategies for growth. Yeah, and mine, Twitter is at Gavin Preston. Then also, if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, it's Gavin Preston, or on Facebook, it's Gavin Preston Growth Strategies. Again, all those details are on the inside cover of the notebook you've got with you. But by all means, you're going to hear quotes, ideas, thoughts during the course of today. Get that out onto Facebook, get it out onto social media, onto Twitter, and let's spread some of the messages from today out into the wider business community. Everything that I do has an architecture, has an operating system that sits behind it that's pre-programmed for growth. Of all the time I've spent in business now, for 20 odd years now, going into a new business every single week, working out what are the differences that will make the difference to improve performance, I've distilled it down into 6 core elements. And I've called that the strategy compass. In order for us to create real growth, sustainable and accelerated growth, at the heart of our business now, more than ever, we've got to be clear about our purpose. The businesses that are doing well in the marketplace right now, they're up to something other than the short-term pursuit of profit. Whether it's Virgin wanting to revolutionize the customer experience, whether it's Apple wanting to create insanely brilliant products, or whether it's WhatsApp and Facebook wanting to connect the planet together, that they're in the pursuit of something else other than the short-term pursuit of profits. But how do we bring that back to our business? I think we have to ask a really important question. So what? So what difference does our product or our service make to our customers and make to our customers' customers? What difference does our product or service make to our customers and make to our customers' customers? Let's stop thinking about selling. Let's start thinking about serving. You know, I was reminded at the weekend listening to a podcast, and I heard this before, that the quickest way to become a billionaire is to help 1 billion people. Well, that stretches our thinking, doesn't it? And this guy who wrote a book called Bold, which I've just ordered and it'll be home when I get back, a book called Bold by Peter Diamandis, and he quotes Larry Page from Google. And Larry Page from Google says, the problem is that 99.99% of the people on the planet right now are not asking the questions that's going to create a real shift and make it in the planet that's going to create a dent in the universe, as Steve Jobs used to talk about. You know, what are we doing within our businesses that really will create not only a lasting legacy, but will really move the dial for, say, 1 billion people on the planet, will really make a shift and a change and serve 1 billion people on the planet? I think our marketplace is very, very savvy today. We're dealing with very, very educated customers. We can't pull the wool over their eyes, nor would we or should we want to. What we need to be able to do is stand out clear. This is who we are, this is what we stand for, and this is how I want to help you. This is how I want to serve. And the greater the degree to which you add value to your customers, and then in turn to they add that value to their customers, the greater you'll be rewarded for it. Profits follow purpose. Profits follow purpose. This is important if we're going to attract the very, very best people to come and work for us, and also the A-grade clients that we would want to come and do business with. So we've got to get clear, what is the difference that we make? Our product or service, what difference does it make? Then, the second stage is if we're going to change the trajectory of growth of our business, we've got to change the thinking of the people at the helm of the business, our own thinking. Often when you see a business plateauing in performance, it's because we're stuck at a level of thinking. And if we want to shift our business, we've got to readjust our thinking, our mindset, and that of the people around us. A little later today, I'm going to be sharing with you one of the many tools that I can have in a toolbox that help you create shifts in mindset to deliver a better performance. Then you've got to get clear about your outcome, where you're heading. You all had a very precise destination that got you into this room this morning. And you may think it's common sense, isn't it, that every business will have clarity around their goals and around their targets. But in last year's tour, we did a quick goal-setting exercise, and I asked businesses to write down their 1, 3, and 5 years goals. Do you know what was interesting? All over the UK, less than 20% of the people were able to do that. They didn't know where they were heading. Do you know what most people do at the end of their business business year? They pause for breath, they look at the financial statements, and they go, "Oh, we did okay. Oh, at least the bank manager will be happy. Okay, off we go." Where? Off you go where? So we've got to have clarity about where we're heading and clarity around outcome. Then, once we know where we're heading, we want to know how we're going to get there. That's the more basic word for the posh word strategy. It's the how. How of the range of different options open to us, what's the strategy that we're going to follow that's going to deliver us that outcome? Then we've got to build capability and capacity. 2 years ago, 18 months ago, the conversations I was having with business owners was, how do we build demand? What are the lead generation strategies we need to have in play? Now, more and more of my conversations are about how can we ramp up capability and capacity quickly enough to fulfill on the demand that's out there in the marketplace. And then the final stage, is crucial as all the others, is action and accountability. We need to take action. Remember I said implementation equals income. And equally, we need to get accountability working in our business. We need to hold individuals to account for the delivery of a result. Hey, we're business owners. You demand a result. Quite right. That's the way it should be. And we need to hold everybody else to that standard in our business. Long gone are the days, in my humble opinion, that we should allow the finger pointing and the blame and the slopey shoulders. Hey, that wasn't my fault, Gov. So no, we want a team of people around us that will say, I'm going to make that happen, and hold themselves accountable for doing that. So an overview today. I'm going to give you strategies for growth. In the areas of revenue, top-line growth, we're going to talk around some marketing strategies. After lunch, we're going to do what's known as a growth clinic, where we're going to find some of the issues that are holding back growth for your businesses, and we're going to be working on 2 or 3 of those issues in the room. So that will help you with bottom-line growth. And then crucially, we're also going to be sharing with you some stuff around personal growth strategies. If we break that down, the first thing I'm going to report on is some of the strategic trends that are going to affect business over the next 1 to up to 5 years, and how it may affect the marketplace within which you trade and how it may affect your business. Back in February, I had a week in San Diego where I spent a time with 3,000 of the best brains in the world around what's working right now in the world of online marketing. And it's a massively, rapidly changing, evolving territory. And I'm going to be reporting back to you on the key things that are getting traction right now in this fast-paced world of digital marketing. Now, some of you will think, wow, that sounds very techy. So you'll be relieved that the next piece I'm going to do is go low-tech. I'm going to go into the realm of guerrilla marketing and some low-cost ideas where you can have a big bang for your buck with some creative ideas in your local marketplace. Then, as I mentioned, the growth clinic after lunch. And then we're going to do some work around how do we keep engagement and productivity high through periods of growth. We're dealing with people and in our businesses, and growth means change, and there's often different emotional responses to change. And our ability to lead people through a journey, connections with respect to that change, has a big impact on the productivity and engagement. I'm going to show you how to do that more effectively. And then finally, what I'm going to be doing after we've done some stuff around action and accountability, I'm going to be sharing with you a very simple and yet profound mindset tool that will shift the thinking in your business to such an extent that you will solve problems a lot quicker, and it will have an immediate impact on the bottom line of your business. So you're going to want to be around from that. Simple, profound, and yet powerfully effective. So that's about today. Before I get into sharing with you about the content around our observations of strategic trends, I'd like to hear from you on your tables and get your grey matter working. So a discussion on your table now, please. What are the trends that are going to affect your marketplace over the next 1, 2, and 5 years? So the trends affecting your marketplace over the next 1, 2, and 5 years. Okay, off you go.